Oh boy. Okay, so I'm gonna have to read some of these things, so apologize. Well, architects don't usually get to participate in all these events, right? All these wonderful people, all the people donating the money, the architect's usually in the back, and someone says, and thank you for the architect, and I'll kind of raise my hand in the back somewhere. So today is special because I get to speak. I was asked to speak about the design of the building and what it meant to the brigade. A few years ago, Carlos Lewis here, my good friend, asked me to help him with the design of a building, of a museum for the Bay of Pigs. At first, it was just pretty much another project. We do a lot of work around town, a lot of affordable housing, a lot of great commercial buildings. And then I met the veterans. I spent countless nights here with them, very long nights, eating pastelitos and croquetas, and heard the amazing stories that these gentlemen had, and it brought some incredible inspiration to myself and to our team. This was not just any project. This was a project that was the opportunity to tell stories for generations to come. The project is very close and dear to me. I don't have any family members that were participating in the brigade, but I actually live 2 blocks from here, and I rode my bike in this neighborhood. I went to Shenandoah, I went to Miami High. I'm a product of this neighborhood. And Mr. Jimenez, I lived at 1787 Southwest 7th Street, apartment number 7. Right there. I'm also a first-generation Cuban American whose parents had to flee Cuba because of the communist dictatorship. I knew how important this project was to the veterans. I knew listening to the stories firsthand was just the most amazing thing I had ever heard. Stories that I really had never had a chance to learn about in school. And so it brought just everything to life. I knew then that the building was not just a building to display photos and artifacts. It had to tell the story of heroism and sacrifice these men made for the freedom of their country. In my initial presentation to the board, I presented 2 schemes. The first was a building in Spanish Mediterranean style, which I'm sure everybody knows and you've seen and grew up in Miami for years. But I knew it was in the right direction. That style spoke more of the history of Cubans' forefathers, not the Cuba that was destroyed by a tyrant. The second option was what we call tropical modern architecture, a style that I believe really embodies what Cuba was and what it would have been today. The building design had to fit the residential scale of Little Havana neighborhood, but it also had to be a monument for what Cuba represented at the time. A flourishing Caribbean country that was truly the gateway to the Americas. At the time, Cuba was in a period of great economic prosperity. Havana was a vibrant, bustling city known for its rich culture and architecture. I wanted the building design to mark the moment in time and allow veterans to tell their story. The reaction that night confirmed it was the right direction. At one point, one of the veterans mentioned that the building reminded him of his home in Havana, which was taken away from him and his family. I knew the right decision and the right design was made, and we were going to leave a mark. I want to acknowledge my design team and our firm. I want to acknowledge Ross, Duarte, Relvi, Moronta, and the rest of the Modus team, my business partner, Robert Morissette, for the support and the hard work that you guys did during the design process, during the permitting process. I want to finally thank Carlos Lewis for dragging me into this. I'm very proud of this. This is definitely a legacy for our firm. I want to thank the veterans, and I want to let you know how humbled we are that you allowed us, Modus Architects, myself, my team, to be a part of history and the legacy of the Bay of Pigs. I appreciate you guys. Thank you.